I'm not here to sell you any dreams. Actually, I'm here to teach you how to manifest your dreams. Speaking of dreams directly, the dream, I believe, is, again, highly underestimated. The dream world in itself. Everything that I'm doing right now from the technical end is to not only proficiently understand how the translation from who we are here into the dream world takes place, but also be able to create things that intercede on that process in certain points so that you can go to your own destination. Why am I so fascinated by this? And it's because the dream itself is the only real natural thing, because you can definitely fly off with some of these substances. But man, I've taken substances in the dream and they had the same effect as they had in real life. So the reality of the dream and what makes it more powerful, because, there is the notion, and this is in the Toltec mysteries, that the dream body is 7 times more stronger than the physical body. But if we wanted to see what is the quantifiable methods of that, how do we really know that? And I would say for sure it's 1, our ability to die and come back alive. 2, our ability to actually see the dead. And that is the one thing that I actually want to focus on just specifically, is that in order to breach the chasm, we actually don't even have to breach it. We naturally go across to the other side. It's just we don't know that we're there and we have no control there. Even simple dream logging seems to give one way more dynamic of realizing how to get into that realm. Obviously, there could be an extra push. But just for those that seem to be so disgruntled about others crossing over and them not having communication with them, they should still be aware that the only true bona fide thing that we've all seen, outside of maybe some abhorred practices like necromancy, Goetia, and all that kind of stuff, is just the simple fact that you can dream about someone that has passed away and have an interaction with them as if you never missed a moment with them. And if that's being highly underrated and underestimated, I would say that would be how this reality has treated such topics and subjects. And obviously there's dream tech that happens every Sunday in Tribe Vibes, but I encourage all to continuously send the energetic projection of realizing in your dream, and that space is the ultimate. You no longer have to ask anyone what you can and cannot do, and what you can and cannot create, and where you can and cannot be. And also, it's not so far-fetched like only some people can do it. Most of everybody dreams, right? So that's just like a sidebar of the awareness of what is the power and the potential of when we place our minds on things that they should be. Like using it for what it's really capable of doing, versus some of the systematic things that we see always occur. More importantly, the algorithm. The algorithm, there's always a pandemic in the algorithm. If you notice in life, something will always have you on edge. It's always something lining up. Right? Like it could be the husband, then it's the car, then it's the job. I mean, shoot, while we're trying to put it always back together again, we end up getting to a point where another part is breaking down again. And it's like, so there's always something. And I even find myself through the day, like something will occur. Like sometimes even as silly as the email, someone will say something stupid in the email, right? And then now I got to go and do something. They're like, oh, remove me. I want all my stuff deleted. I want proof that it's all been deleted. This is definitely not where I want to go in my life and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, it's kind of crashing into my reality, right? And then but there's still something I have to do. So, I'll go through the whole process right now. Or maybe I won't right then, but I'll wait like an hour or 2 hours. And then there'll be still something. I'm like, yo, what is that? what is that? It's like, oh, yeah, it's the person out tripping and removing from the reality, and all that. And then some people say, well, you're not supposed to be thinking like that, brother. They come at you with this, well, brother, this is the things that, as an adept that we should have figured out, that we already know that this is not. Well, you shouldn't be worried about the things that are going on around you and, what's happening in the shots and all that kind of stuff, because you're a master and you're. And so those things could come across and we can reassure ourselves like, yeah, that is true. But there's this other side to us, if you may, that it continuously needs that reassurance. And that's the side, as I said, with the therapeutic aspects of how we want to come into each other's lives tonight or today, depending on where you are. That's the aspect of us that we want to dial into, to make sure that particular part of self is not completely aware of what the higher self, if you may, has in this plan. Because at this point, you and I both know that you've seen enough synchronicities in your own life, direct interventions, to prove that anything that's supposed to happen to you, anywhere that you're supposed to be, you're going to miraculously find yourself there. I'm not saying be lazy. I'm not saying sit on the couch. Definitely get on the highway of life if that's what's calling you. But I'm just saying that there's something that's already reassuring you that, man, you got this. We all right. But this process that you're learning, go ahead and open up into it. Really do it. Accomplish this. Utilize the tools and the knowledge and the wisdom that's there. Apply it. And it's going to fix all of the other things that may be the cracks just in your process of your ascent.